Welcome to tutorial 18. Today we go into a new scale, and in doing so we're also going to see if all the formulae and concepts that we've learned so far hold true while we learn new scales going forward. So let's get started with the new scale, which is the F major scale. The root note obviously starts on the F. You go from F, and to figure the scale out, instead of me just telling you what it is, we're going to try to apply the whole scale formula, which is expressed in the whole and half notes. So let's go. You have F, then you want to go one whole step, so F sharp and G, another whole step, then you want to go a half step, a whole step from here, another whole step, and finally one more whole step. Half step for resolution. Now you come back to the F note. So let's play the scale one more time. That sounds like a major scale. If you try to play C and G scale and then play this one right after, you'll see that the melody line that's made from playing the scale is the same. That concludes the F major scale, and you just found that using the formula that you applied. We're going to try to also learn the relative minor scale. Now that makes it like learning two different scales. So let's take the F note again, and the relative minor is going to be 3 half steps down. So the relative minor for the F major scale is the D minor scale. If you play the same notes as you had for F major, but starting with D, you're going to get the D minor scale. So there you go. That is D minor scale. Let's take a look at the finger positions that I was using to play the F major scale and the D minor scale. You'll notice that they are different. The F major scale, I start with my finger number 1 on F, and I go all the way to 4 to play the B flat note, and then I switch the thumb. This is because switching the thumb over the third finger or under the third finger would prove to be a challenge to play a black key. So I use the fourth finger instead, and then under that I go to the C note using my first finger. Here's how it goes. And the same applies for playing it backwards also. But on the other hand, for D minor, it's the same as the other two scales that you've done so far. So D minor is pretty simple in that sense. Let's take a look at the left hand for this one. Left hand for the F major is the same as the previous two scales. That's great. And then you have the D minor scale, which is again the same as the previous two scales. So the left hand makes it really simple for learning the scales and the finger positions because they are the same as the previous two scales. Let's take a look at the chords for F major scale, and keep in mind that these chords are going to be the exact same ones for D minor scale as well. With F major scale, you'll obviously have the F major chord. Now, referring to the formula that we had in the previous lesson, you'll see that the second chord of a major scale is the minor chord. So this is G minor. The third chord of the major scale is also a minor chord. This is A minor. This is a chord that you have done before, so you can confirm this with your previous scales also. The A minor chord is A, C, and E. Then you have the B flat major. The fourth chord of a major scale is the major chord, and it starts with B flat. So it's B flat, D, and F. This is a new major chord that you're learning today. Then you have the C major chord. You can confirm this with the previous scales that you've done, and this will also make sense according to the scales formula, the chords formula in the scales. The fifth chord of a major scale is supposed to be the major chord, so C major. Sixth chord of the major scale is going to be a minor chord, and in this case it is the D minor chord. This will also be the first chord for the D minor scale. Finally, you have the E minor diminished chord. So you have E, G, B flat. That marks all of the chords from F major scale. For you, there's a takeaway exercise. Try playing all these chords from the D minor scale beginning and see if they fit the formula used in the previous tutorial for scales, and whether they're for chords, and whether they are major or minor for a given scale. See you in the next lesson.